It's a done deal. High school sports will look a lot different this year because of the coronavirus pandemic. As we've reported, the VHSL was debating 3 separate models, and a little more than an hour ago, a decision was made. 10 Sports Director John Appicello is joining us now in the studio to break down that decision. Appy, we've known all along football wouldn't be coming for us in the fall. When are they going to take the field?
All right, practice would begin February 15th. Average daily temperature, and Chris can check me on this, 34 to 47 degrees in Roanoke, Virginia. By a vote of 34-1, the VHSL now has what they believe is the best plan in place in option 3. That's winter, then fall, then spring sports beginning in December. They are trying to assure all sports at least some kind of season this school year. There are some clear reasons why a couple of modifications did not occur. Here's what I'm talking about. VHSL Executive Director Billy Hahn opened the meeting by explaining that since their last meeting, where the options were presented, soccer had been reclassified as a high-risk contact sport by the NCAA in their Standards of Practice and Competition Manual, which is what the VHSL is following. That significantly changed option 2, which just swapped fall and spring sports. All but lacrosse could have been played, but losing soccer made that model much less attractive. The second possible amendment would have been to allow low risk, like cross country and golf, to compete in the fall right now. But with many school district plans having remote learning, transportation was an issue. That was issue 1, and equity to all sports was issue 2. In all, the condensed interscholastic plan offered the best hope for all sports getting to compete at least at some point this year. And in the meantime, out-of-season workouts can continue.
We understand how important being part of a team and participation is, and we want to allow that to happen as much as possible. The thing that we are delaying is the competition factor. While we may not be able to compete, we can still be part of teams, see our teammates, see our coaches, and continue that part that should provide us some relief.
This is the phase 3 plan. And if we come out of phase 3, you can adopt a different plan at that time. But what you're doing now is adopting a phase 3 plan.
We could be going back to phase 2 tomorrow. We could be going back. And I think that in our region, there was too much of fear that if golf and cross country started and then something were to happen, then they were going to lose their sports entirely.
And here's a reminder of the winter, fall, spring dates and some thoughts. Golf, football, cross country starting practice outside on February 15th. Not ideal, but it's not that much different than games and meets in late November, early December, which happen if you make the postseason. Spring sports would last, well, a lot longer, right? If districts finish school about a month before they would end. Again, not really new, but the Jubilee, I can tell you, is always the second week in June, not the 4th. So that's a notable stretch of spring sports not ending until June 26th. Patrick, some things still to be ironed out. Number of regular season games. They're talking about 60%-ish of your schedule in this compressed plan. Postseason or playoffs, a lot of questions from everybody.
Oh, sure.
What are we going to do? Okay, August 24th is what they're going to do. They're going to decide it then. So they got to come up with some plan between now and then.
So more to come on these very condensed seasons of what it's really going to be. But between now and December, it's kind of the wait and see. They've got time to change their minds depending on conditions. So we could go forward or backwards even.
Right. And what they need is the phase to go in the right direction for the state of Virginia to allow all this to happen. Keep in mind, in phase 3, you still can't do high-risk sports. So if we were to get to December in phase 3, basketball doesn't happen. And football wouldn't happen in the spring if we're still in phase 3. This plan says we hope, we think we'll be in better shape in December than we are now.
So if you want sports, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distancing, and we'll hope for better days to come.
Do a good job out there, folks. Mask on.
All right. John, thank you so much.